Kagiso was a small and frail boy belonging to a village north of Mount Kenya. He came from a family of traders. From a young age, he was groomed to follow in his father's footsteps, to travel the land in search of valuables that would stir interest and fetch a worthy price. His father in particular was known for selling gold. One day, young Kagiso was called by his father to receive a message. "Baba, I have come," Kagiso said. His father looked him in the eyes and remained silent for a moment. "My son," he finally said sternly, "the riches I have proclaimed for our family are nearing their end. Like our wealth, so too is my life. I have lost much strength. I tell you this because it will now be up to you to secure the next precious item for us to sell, so that our family may continue." Kagiso looked at his father with compassion. "I understand, father. I will head to Mount Kenya in search of precious jewels and minerals to secure our wealth." Kagiso was determined. In his village, sickness was common. Many adults fell ill by the age of 25. Some endured another 15 to 25 years in anguish, while others chose to die young, passing their responsibilities to their children. It had become the norm. So the people focused on claiming the best life had to offer until it was time to go. With this reality in mind, Kagiso set out for Mount Kenya. Mount Kenya was a beautiful mountain. Many people had only ever known its base and edges. There were no tales of those who had climbed deeply into its body or explored its heights. Kagiso would be among the first. This filled him with optimism. Surely there would be much to find where no one had ventured far enough to claim. When Kagiso arrived at the base of the mountain, he felt both fear and excitement. He proceeded inward, climbing into its depths. Along the way, he witnessed lush trees, flowers, berries, and herbs. The land was vibrant, overflowing with life. He grew excited. "This place looks rich," he thought. "Surely it must hold jewels and gold." Yet, as he continued climbing, he found none. "So much life," Kagiso muttered, frustrated. "Yet I can't seem to find anything of true value. By now, I should have come across at least one stone of worth." He sat down heavily on a boulder. The modern mind is so corrupt. The riches of Mount Kenya would be wasted on you. The voice startled him. Kagiso fell off the boulder and hit the ground. He scrambled, rolling behind it, pressing his belly to the earth. Slowly, he peeked around. No one was there. "That's another thing with you people. You don't know how to look," the voice continued. Kagiso lifted his gaze. A man stood above the boulder, looking down at him. Frozen with fear, Kagiso could not move. "I have not come to cause you harm, young one," the man said calmly. "Get up and ground yourself." Kagiso rose slowly. He took in the man before him, older, bald, brown-skinned and powerfully built. He wore an orange drape around his lower body and a blue cloth across his upper half. On his wrist was a gold cuff. "He knows where the treasure is," Kagiso thought, excitement surging. "My elder," Kagiso said, "I believe you could help me." "You don't even know what kind of help you need," the man replied. "But I do," Kagiso insisted. "You know where the riches are, and I seek them." "How do you figure I know?" the man asked. "I can tell by looking at you," Kagiso said. "Your gold arm cuff, your clothing, you must have found the riches and profited from them." The man sighed. "It's just as I thought. You are a fool," he said plainly. "But I do not blame you. You are a young fool, most likely raised by an older fool, who was himself raised by a fool. The modern mind is a trap that cannot see its own folly." Kaiso clenched his fists, anger rising. "You know nothing about me, and even less about my father," he shouted. "How dare you insult him and my grandfather? Who do you think you are?" The man smiled. "I thought you'd never ask." He stepped closer and knelt until they were eye to eye. "My name is Intaba Yothingo. Hear me well. You, your father, and your grandfather are fools, not by insult, but by definition. You lack wisdom." He gestured toward the mountain. "You, a small, frail boy from a sickly village, stand in the midst of lush land and living abundance and claim you have found nothing of value. You look at me and call me rich. When asked why, you speak of gold and clothing." He paused. "Yes, undoubtedly you are a fool. And the fact that you are offended tells me you do not yet understand why." Kaiso stood silent. His anger softened into curiosity. Slowly, he unclenched his fists. "Elder Intaba Yothingo," Kaiso said humbly, "please tell me, what is it that I am not seeing? Have I missed something?" Intaba smiled. "When you saw my riches," he said, "you should not have seen my gold or my clothing. You should have seen my health." Kaiso was stunned. "My strength, my energy, my vigor, my age," Intaba continued. "All the things your people lack. What is wealth to one who cannot enjoy life? Is wealth not a tool meant to increase one's capacity to live, love, and rejoice?" He rose to his feet. "If I gave you gold, you would eat, but you would not live. You would inherit a burden and pass it on, just as your father has done. The riches have been before you this entire journey. You have simply been looking for jewels." Kaiso swallowed. "The riches were in my face?" he asked quietly. "Follow me," Intaba said. They walked together toward the vegetation. "All around us," Intaba explained, "is what the earth offers freely. Herbs, vegetables, water, minerals. These are the true riches of the earth. When one consumes the earth, he obtains its strength. Through this, one obtains life." "One who consumes the earth obtains its strength," Kaiso repeated thoughtfully. "Earth is generous," Intaba said. "Take these herbs back to your village. Sell them. Tell the people these are the jewels their bodies crave, though their minds do not yet know it. Ask them only to try 1 week." Kaiso hesitated. "My father expects jewels. He will see this as waste." "Then make him your first customer," Intaba replied. "Let him become your example." Though afraid, Kaiso accepted the guidance. He descended the mountain with a basket full of greens, each chosen carefully by Intaba, who taught him their uses, benefits, and healing properties. When Kaiso returned home, his father immediately noticed a faint golden glow above his son's head. "Kaiso!" he exclaimed. "Father," Kaiso said, "I have returned with a treasure our people will not recognize at first, but they will come to desire it." He prepared the herbs into an elixir before your father could object. "Consume this," Kaiso said. Reluctantly, his father drank. Moments later, he grew heavy with sleep and slumped into rest. Fear gripped Kaiso. "Have I been deceived?" he thought, preparing to return to Mount Kanya. "Where are you going?" a strong voice called out. Kaiso turned. His father stood upright, color in his face, strength in his limbs. A few more of these," his father said, "and I will walk beside you, learning your way. I expected gold, and you gave me life." On that day, Kagiso learned what value truly was and illuminated the same understanding within his father, who in turn illuminated this understanding in the village. From then on, Kagiso returned often to Mount Kanya. He sought out Intaba Yothingo, whom he openly accepted as his teacher. And Intaba, seeing clearly for the first time in generations a worthy student, accepted Kagiso as his disciple.
Intaba Yothingo, you stand before a threshold, who do not rush the soul upward, but return it to his way. I'll come to you as I am, breathing, standing, sensing, alive. Ground me in what is real, still the noise of escape. Gather my scattered awareness and place it back into my body. Where there is chaos, make me steady. Where there is confusion, make me present. Where there is neglect, teach me care. Intaba Yothingo, gatekeeper of the divine, set my feet firmly upon the earth, so that when I rise home. I stand before the first gate. I accept the weight of life.